Today we're going to talk about more information, and the plot literally thickens because yesterday we talked about how PlayStation Game Size made this tweet here, and they talked about how PlayStation is going to get an early download for Multiplayer Zombies co-op. Pre-download start on November 9th, and then the actual release time comes out on November 10th at 10 a.m. for campaign and zombies, and then the multiplayer is like November 17th, which the dates make absolutely no sense. Why would multiplayer be launching after the game's initial release date? And then on top of that, why is campaign separate and then releasing on a Monday? So this was very questionable. A lot of people were like, is he giving out false information? I know he's very reliable. He usually just posts things as he sees them from the back end of the database, so I know this information is accurate, but maybe it was PlayStation that had made the error and then put these dates on accident, and because he posted this on a Friday, which was the 31st, and then the devs went on their weekend break, then they can't fix it until Monday, which is going to be tomorrow. So we're left the entire weekend wondering, are we actually going to get early access or not? Now, it gets crazy because there's a lot of new information that surfaced over the last 24 hours suggesting that it may actually be real and it may end up happening. So if you do find the video informative or helpful at any point, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. As we get more new information, I'll definitely keep covering it for you guys to make sure you're updated. But here's where the plot thickens. A lot of PlayStation users started tweeting out images of Black Ops 7, so countdown timers have started to appear on the game itself if you've already pre-ordered, whether you've pre-ordered the Vault or the Standard Edition. And then it says right here, pre-ordered game, Call of Duty, playable in 8 days, 20 hours, 2 minutes, and 48 seconds. Now, he ended up posting this on November 1st at around 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so the countdown date actually falls on the 10th, which is going to be around that 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time that PlayStation Game Size initially mentioned. So it's not November 14th, the actual release date of the game. Now, he was just one of many people because for some reason, other people were capturing videos of it and they were showcasing, because, you know, obviously people accusing him of Photoshop, maybe faking the screenshot. So he recorded his screenshot POV to where he went to Call of Duty Black Ops 7 and he went towards the games, and then a countdown literally appears, and you can see here it's literally going down. Now, some people were saying that different timers are appearing for them. So for example, that guy had 8 hours, someone else tweeted it at the same time and he said something's wrong. So he has the Vault Edition and it says 12 days, 5 hours, and 22 minutes. That falls on November 14th. So that is the accurate date. Now the problem with that is when he actually clicks on it, the timer drops down and it goes back down to that 8 hours. So it seems to me like I'm just thinking that this could be an error. And one of those reasons is because maybe PlayStation made that mistake to where they thought the game was going to release on the 10th or something like that, and then they internally put that release timer, and then they went on their weekend break. Saturday, Sunday, they're not working, so it's going to start appearing like this for players, and then on Monday they're going to come back, fix it, and then it's going to have the regular actual countdown. Now, another thing to add on top of this, because Who's Immortal ended up posting a tweet and he said, adding fuel to the fire, a new Forbes article says that Black Ops 7's Vault Edition will get early access. So from what it's looking like, this is what they posted, saying Call of Duty Black Ops 7 arrives this month with innovative co-op campaign and expanded multiplayer featuring 16 6v6 maps plus 20 v20 battlefields. Pre-orders are live across all platforms, with Vault Edition offering premium rewards and early access starting on November 11th. First off, how'd they even get that date? Because PlayStation has November 10th at 10 a.m. That's what the PlayStation timer is indicating. That's like what the information it's giving us is saying. So if they're saying November 11th, that's on a Tuesday. I have no idea what caused them to come up with this date, but that's what they said. And then they said Game Pass subscribers get day one access, with Treyarch confirming November 14th global launch remains on schedule despite recent speculation. And then they go on to talk about the Standard Edition versus the Vault Edition. So when you take a look here at the whole list, just ignore the Standard Edition. It just says the regular stuff you get with it. But then when you take a look at the Vault Edition, it says 72-hour early access from November 11th to November 14th. Game Pass subscribers get day one access through upgrading to the Vault Edition. Requires additional purchase. All pre-order bonuses must be redeemed by logging into BO7 and Warzone on the same platform by November 14th. Now, I don't know what to think of this because Forbes is a reliable source, but maybe they misinterpreted the leaks and the information and the stuff popping up here, because this could be just an unintentional mistake from PlayStation's side and everyone just ran along with it. Personally, me, I'm very skeptical. I don't believe that Call of Duty is going to release early, mainly for the reason that a lot of the devs just kept on saying November 14th, and they sort of told us there's no early access, but at the same time, I mean, who knows if we can believe them, right? From what it's looking like here, we're going to 100% get information and at least a confirmation if this early access thing is real or if it was a mistake, because the devs, first off, for PlayStation are going to come back on Monday. If the dates are inaccurate, they're definitely going to update them. And so the countdown timer and all of that will change for all the PlayStation users, and that'll give us a confirmation. Then the second thing is, according to the Ghost of Hope, he says that a lot of blogs are scheduled to release for Black Ops 7 this week. And so Treyarch may give us a little bit of information. If it's actually true, then they're probably going to be like, hey guys, the cat's out of the bag. Yeah, we are going to be giving early access only to Vault Edition owners, and they're going to get to play 3 days early. So yes, PlayStation actually spoiled it, and that was a surprise that we were going to reveal very soon for you guys. Something like that. It's going to go one of those two ways. It's definitely possible that they can do 3 days early access. I've seen games do that before. I think 2K26 did something like that, and then Dragon Ball Sparking Zero also had, if you ended up getting like the Ultimate Edition instead of the standard version, you got to play a couple days early before the initial release. But going back to that Forbes blog, they said here, Treyarch recently confirmed the November 14th date remains unchanged despite rumors of an early release surfacing in late October. The studio posted on social media, we're less than a month away and it launches on November 14th, effectively shutting down speculation about a November 7th launch that would have positioned the game more directly against Battlefield 6. So they're the ones saying that, yeah, Treyarch confirmed the release is November 14th, but then at the same time, they're also the same ones telling us that the game is meant to release early for Vault Edition owners. So I don't know if they have insider information. I don't know how they got this confirmation, but maybe they know something that we don't. And obviously, because Forbes is just such a big brand and a big company, then they may have some intel that we just don't have, and it may end up getting announced tomorrow or this upcoming week. And then alongside that, they've also mentioned for preloads that it begins approximately 1 week before launch, which is pretty obvious stuff. And then they said it's expected to be around 100 to 150 gigabyte file sizes. Now, according to PlayStation Game Size, the pre-download is going to be on November 9th, which falls on this next upcoming Sunday. So next week, 1 week from today. And then it's going to also have different file sizes depending on if you're PS4 or PS5, but they're saying around 100 to 150 gigabytes, I guess maybe including Call of Duty HQ. But anyways, what are your thoughts and opinions on this? Do you think there's just too many coincidences and this may actually end up being a thing? Or do you think this was just a small minor mistake that PlayStation made and it just got blown out of proportion? And there's just been so many rumors and things like that. If you guys remember yesterday's video, we talked about how all of the events are scheduled to also end that same Monday that PlayStation said BO7 would launch. So for example, the Chucky event pass, and then also I believe it was like the Tapes of Terror event, or one of those events is also scheduled to end on that Monday as well. So it's a little sketch. Everything is lining up with this Monday release, but no official confirmations yet, so take this information with a grain of salt. I believe we'll get our answer early as tomorrow, so we'll know exactly what's going to happen, and I'll cover that for you guys in the next video. But that is all they got for you guys in this, so thank you for tuning in. I'm super excited for Black Ops 7. Hope you guys are as well. But anyways, it's been your boy Chidzo. Make sure you guys hit that sub and like button so you just don't miss out on any Call of Duty news or updates, because there's a lot coming out this week. But yeah, I'll see you guys again. Peace.